Go.
Today, we're coming to you in high definition. Welcome to the Other Planet Laboratory. In Technicolor. Anyway, enough silly business, and to be honest with you, I've been avoiding you. It's been incredible skateboarding out, so the updates have kind of fallen by the wayside because the pavement's been incredible for longboarding. So, you finally caught me. Here I am. Let's talk about skateboards. So listen up, because I'm only going to say this once. All right, here it comes again. I'm only going to say this twice. All right, step over here. Let's take a look at our cams. So we have right here our beta, which is our pre-production cams.
Put it under this paper because it's blending with the black.
You can see that this is what we've been working the most on as far as our previous prototyping and things. And this is going to be what is considered our free ride cam. And the free ride cam is epic. Literally, this works for all situations. It'll handle high speed, it'll do aggressive, agile carving, and literally this thing rocks and rolls. And since it's a giant piece of polyurethane, oh yes, dampening, which is very, 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 very nice. And we have since been developing the downhill cam. This is going to be sweet because it reduces the deck tip. It's more progressive, so it has a slower reaction time from edge to edge. And it works best with a stiffer spring or just more resistance. We kind of designed this as our beginner cam also. So it's great for, you know, people who are commuting, that have a lot of weight on their backs and just need a little bit more, you know, resistance as they're just pumping and just pushing around town. And, you know, it's going to be great for beginners just because it's not as intimidating. So that's what's so hip about these bad boys, and being, you know, super high tech with all the laser or water jet cutting. It makes them look super slick. Now, the other thing that we've been working very, very diligently on has been our hangers, which we now have a slew of right here. These are all made out of Delrin, and literally we're just chopping these things up with the table saw and then dropping them in the robot, which I have now named Butterfinger. Oh yes, the robot's name is Butterfinger. It's that bad. I'm thinking about making it our new cleanup machine, the Roomba. And we have been very, very busy making axles. Oh yes. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a bucket of axles. I'd like to thank Sam for all his laborious hours in front of the machine, churning out axles for us. Let's just say without you, we'd have nowhere to put our wheels. And let's see, the other update is that we've been very busy with our base plates. You can see that we've been spending more money than we probably should getting different base plates designed. And we kind of have two different concepts going on here. We've got this one with the dual windows to get access to your deck mount bolts. And then of course, you know, your kingpin hanger bolt. And then of course the latest Star Trek triangle. Oh yes, it's a triangle. And this is probably what we're going to go with because it gives us the most access, it'll lighten things up a little bit, and if we go with the new and the old school bolt pattern, this will be the easiest way to get the hardware in there. So that's probably what we're going to be seeing more of. And honestly, let's admire the amazing shape. Oh yes. Beam me aboard, Scotty. This is where the special effects kick in, you know. Yep, there we go. Thank you. As for the 8mm axle people out there that haven't been convinced as to the importance of a 10 mil. Yes, thank you, 10 mil. You know, we've considered the 8mm axle, and we have a few options as far as, you know, how to make that happen. But for the meantime, we're sticking with our 10 mil, because all of our research has been around the 10 mil, and let's just say I haven't broken a 10 mil yet. The 8 mil, I've broken, and I'm not so happy with the situation of having a broken axle. So, that's the situation, but we are considering it, and it is in the works, and we have, you know, been looking at different options. So, stay updated, keep you informed, and, you know, the future holds many options. So, that being said, let's take a look at our spring options just for a moment. We'll bring you another video that'll take this more in depth and show you some of the, you know, the inner workings of the spring within our trucks and how it's been, you know, good and bad, and where the benefits have, you know, been found, and then also, you know, mishaps and hiccups that we've had in our design as far as designing and using springs. But basically we've had these, you know, custom turned and designed for us, but this current one is actually too small for our truck. And as you can see, it's an expansion spring with, you know, these two little hooks that just latch in there and it's done. We've had a couple different materials that we've been playing around with, which is over here. Is this good? Do you want to talk about this stuff?
Yeah,
Is this...
this will be quick.
Okay. So we've had different materials with a thicker gauge and a larger diameter, and we've also used same gauge but in different diameters to get different resistances. And basically, the smaller the diameter, the more resistance we've gotten out of it. And then obviously a larger gauge has given us even more resistance. So it's all up in the air. We've been playing around with it, but, you know, we'll keep you updated and we'll figure out what it eventually is going to come to. But be aware that everybody's different, every board is different, and, you know, everybody's riding situation and style is different. So we're going to try and make it as versatile as possible. So, things are looking good. We're coming along. Even though you guys are taking my time away from my skateboarding action, I'm still here to make things happen for you guys and give you guys, you know, the heads up as to what's going on. And pretty soon, you guys are going to start seeing these things. And we want to see money. I need to see cash for these bad boys so we can start getting these out on the streets, making some money, and turning out even better products for you guys. You know, because we've got to expand into the fashion market. You know, get the duds going. Start making you guys some custom gloves, dialing out some sick helmets, and covering the land in some killer media with, you know, big banners, posters, and stickers everywhere. Because that's, you know, ultimately what it's all about. So, in conclusion, I'd like to thank Gravity, because they have powered our downhill adventures. Oh yes, Gravity. Ding! Alright. I need to see cash for these bad boys, because that's, you know, ultimately what it's all about.